Good morning, guys. Hope you guys had a great day yesterday. Sorry we had to leave for a bit, but now we're back to normal. So no big news overnight, except some Bitcoin news. MicroStrategy and Fund Software, they added some Bitcoin to their list. And then we had the jobless claims, 184K, versus the 211K estimate. And some other tickers that I'll talk about, which we haven't covered for a while. And there's always a reason why I don't cover some tickers for a while, because when they lose momentum or when I think that patience is required, right, that's the only time I don't cover them, and they work out well, and I'll go over them today. Now, number one, SPY. We're just holding here near all-time highs. I mean, if I zoom out, it's a nice little uptrend. Day to day is very hard to trade, but overall we're going in a nice little uptrend until the levels hold. As simple as that, right? And so now the critical number on SPY alone. So if I go here, this is our so 47, so the resistance numbers that I have right now for the, so we have 4704 and then 4728. So I'll just write them here based on the gamma levels. So we have 4704, 4728, and then for support we have 4681 and 4650. All right. So that's the support levels that we have, and the expected range today is 0.54%. And so these are the based on the ES. So 4704, 4728 resistance levels, and support lies at 4681, 4650. Personally, I also believe that it might not be a big day. It might just be a consolidation day, right? We might get a little small red, a little choppy action. It will frustrate traders that are trying to catch big. Like, we're opening up red, we can go green maybe, and then we can give some gains. But I believe we hold above this level right here, which is 464, and we just stay in this chop. That's what I think is going to happen. And until Fed, we're going to dance around here, and then FOMC will decide, do we continue up or do we sell a little bit more? I have no idea. The dates are 14 and 15. December 14 and 15 are very critical, right? But as one day at a time, play levels, go small until this area is cleared out, until we know which direction we have here. Right, until we know if we're going to go down or up. All right, if we go down, we're going to catch that big move. We will prove it to you. We know how to catch them, so be patient. But when we say be patient, trade less, when T says trade less, or when LB says it's a tricky day, it's a big hint. Don't try to predict moves. Don't try to catch trades. And if you're trying to buy something, buy it long. All right, tech, same thing, similar action near all-time highs. Right, gapping down a little bit. The market is moving all together at the same time right now. We do have a gap fill near 385. Again, same thing here. Just it's just going to chop around here, I think. Not until we take all-time highs and make a strong move up, and the air is cleared, then we might get the Santa rally. I believe we might get it, and or maybe we don't. We have no idea. Right now, so it's day to day, level to level. Pay attention. And some Twitters that I want to cover. Number one, ticker Twitter. Kathy Woods has some good comments on it regarding the NFT space. And then apart from that, I was going to cover this anyways. It's already gapping up. The monthly is a very rare chart. All right. When monthlies take, when we say monthly it takes many months for them to form. They don't come all the time. So if you catch the move, you catch. As simple as that. And Twitter, we covered in one of our Instagram videos on Monday. If you follow us on My Stock Live, we gave it to you. We gave you the bounce right here near 42 bucks. Right, that is sitting at the 50 DMA and is likely to bounce. Ever since the 50 DMA came in effect on Twitter on the monthly, we have always bounced off of it, right? And this now is the IPO support, which is another good thing, right here. Back in 2013-14, it's the IPO support, all right? And Twitter likely gets wings down. Monthly is making a great reversal. If we close above 45 is my number for this entire month. We're already trading at 47 pre-market. If anybody's in near-day calls, put the volume down, please. We're likely to see a move higher. All right, so Twitter, keep an eye on it. I'm not saying play weeklies or anything like this. It's something that you can buy time on and go leaps, right? You and your stop loss would be a break of the 50 DMA of 42 bucks, right? So if you buy leaps far out, maybe $70 call, $60 call, and Twitter makes a reversal move here, you can manage those and they can go up a lot, right? It's a ratio trade that you would do, okay? So Twitter, keep an eye on Twitter, guys. And then, of course, Kathy Wood's comments, they're getting big into NFT space. And we know the potential of NFTs with the amount of money that people are spending on these things, right? Baba, We have Investors Day next week, December 16 and 17, I believe, right? Investors Day for Baba. Monthly, a great support, a poke below all this monthly. Basically, what happened here is they pushed this very critical support level. The amount of people that had their stop losses set here was unbelievable. It was a big people that had their stop losses here. They flushed all of them out. Baba lost a lot from 310 to 120. Now I understand, not us only. I think a lot of people around the world that trade these stocks, a lot of people tried catching Baba here. They probably got burned. They probably tried catching it here, and all those plays. You know what? They were great plays in my opinion. Sometimes you're not going to be right all the time. I think they were great plays. It's a great company. Personally, I tried catching Baba a few times. I made some money, but then I did give up. I gave back more than I made. Like you guys, I'm very transparent with that. That's fine. It happens. But that does not mean you hit a stop. Now for me, this is a brand new stock right now. It's not the same Baba it was 5 months ago, right? This is a completely brand new stock for me. It's at a very good support level. It touched the IPO highs right here of November 4, 2014, and it reversed. If Baba this month happens to close over 130, 135, I do expect a move into 180. Earlier, my levels were, if you guys all remember the ones that follow, my stock like 180 was confirmation and 220 confidence. These are no longer my levels. This scenario has completely changed. For me, now 130 plus matters, all right? And it moved to 180. All right, I'm not gonna sit for 180 now because the stock has come down a lot, right? For confirmation, yes, 180 in long term, it will be on my radar. These levels will come back. But for now, if we get 130 plus on Baba and we hold, there's a potential move to 180. Now, one thing that you have to do your research on is the Chinese news or the China news on delisting and whatnot, whatever it may be, right? I don't think Baba ever gets delisted from Nasdaq. That's just my personal opinion. Maybe they get delisted today. I have no idea. But it's a stock that you want to keep an eye on for long, right? Do your research. If you don't like it, then just completely avoid. That's fine. But it's just something that I mean, I'm a trader, so it's a risky stock, yes. But 130 plus hold on Baba, it can go. Tesla. Let's go on the daily channel and see how our range is working out so far. How beautiful is this, guys? How beautiful is this, right? This range was given to you guys before this entire move happened. Amazing, isn't it? Right? So understand these patterns. It's working out great. 1,070 for the last month. In October, in fact, on this day in October, on the 28th, I gave this number that 1,070 has now become a magnet level, right? Just the action right here, and that's exactly what's happening. It's been dancing around the 1,070 level, and it's going to continue happening into December. It's probably going to go towards 1170. It's probably going to come back down again, and then we'll see whether Tesla fails or breaks out. Personally, I think it's going to break out given their scenarios, all these price targets coming in. But Tesla above 1,200, right, and it goes higher. Otherwise, 1,070 is the magnet level for now. All right, this comment I can delete. So Tesla, if you're trying to play day to day, just be very careful. It can go red today, green tomorrow. It's just in a choppy zone. All right. It's a day-to-day stock. The technicals will work great on this stock right now. And then before let's look at Bitcoin. I want to cover Bitcoin stocks. Bitcoin gave up some gains, right? But it's at a very critical support level. This can definitely see lower based on technical. It's like on the daily, it looks like it wants to flush lower. But as long as we continue holding above this range, there's something that's setting up for us. Right, I'm not saying to buy Bitcoin or anything. As long as we hold above this $40,000 level, we base here, and then we take out the 50K level again. We have three tickers which we can take advantage of. Number one, MSTR. They just loaded their board. They added more Bitcoin to their portfolio. Right, big news today. MSTR, now given this current scenario, I'm looking for MSTR to come in this range. You guys can set your alerts. I'm looking at MSTR to fall below 530-ish, 540. So here, I'll write this down here. Or you know what, 550, alert, fall under, and start adding or scaling in small positions, long term, all right? The reason being is if Bitcoin really gets going, I mean, Bitcoin has come from $100 to 50,000, 60,000, right? I mean, it's not when a price goes up that much, there's something that's backing it up, obviously, right? So 550 alert on MSTR. See how it bases here? This can pay big. This is not an overnight trade for today, but this is a trade which is in the making for the coming months. We're very good at that. This entire 1 year, we proved it to you guys over and over and over. All right. MSTR I'm not saying buy now, no. Let Bitcoin settle, but MSTR is likely going to make a huge move in the coming months. All right. Or maybe by the end of this month, if Bitcoin, gains strength above 50K, 55. So MSTR, keep an eye on. Riot, we caught this entire move, right? And then after that, we didn't look. Then Riot came back at 25 support. I think we get a chance here one more time. The action I'm looking for on Riot is something similar to this, right? That happened in May. So just stay here until Bitcoin is weak. And if Bitcoin falls, obviously we have this range. But Riot, keep your alerts here. If by any chance it gets under 20 bucks. If Riot falls to 20 bucks or 22 bucks around these levels, right? 20, I would say 21. You can catch a $2 to $3 bounce. It is a very highly likely play to work. If Riot gets this $21 zone, there's a good chance it hits 25 bucks in the following 1 to 3 days. All right. So Riot, keep an eye on it if it gets to $21. All right, $21 if it gets there. It's going to be likely a confirmed trade. Mara, a little stronger than the other stocks, right? Just making this little cup and handle fail. Mara, I would keep it here. For Mara range, I would play this range right here, which is 30, 34 bucks. All right. This I'm saying based on the Bitcoin weakness. In case we fall another 3, 4K, these stocks will react big to it, right? And then if there's a bounce, because Bitcoin has a great support level above 40K, by any chance if it gets to these levels and these stocks come here, I personally believe they are a grab. All right, so keep an eye on these names, guys. Mark, and T just mentioned Mark. A great play, right? If we just zoom out, monthly we covered in our my stock live video. A great bounce zone, and usually they're V-shaped bounces. That's what's beautiful about Mark if you catch them, right? We had a nice position for Jan. It gave us some gains yesterday. I just wanted to manage my own risk. So I took mine off. I'm going to wait for 1-2 days. I probably will jump back and Mark again. But if you're with T, you're holding, congrats. I think you guys will be up huge. And I personally do believe this month we close above 75. I do think that's going to happen. And plus, if we get the COVID uphill news, this is going to make a big move. And then MACD is also extended. When the MACD comes really below on Merck, it usually has a big move like this back in April 2020. All right, so keep an eye on it. Not only the daily, but the monthly looks beautiful on Merck. All right. It's a 2-decade chart in play, just like Pfizer. All right, it's a swing trade, and if we close above 75, 78, this is a trade that you can catch. All right, so Merck, keep an eye on it. Melly also making a reversal on the monthly, right? I think it bounced off from the great support, great demand zone right here. And monthly is another stock that I believe you don't have to play options on it. The spreads are wide, but this is a stock that you can go long on it, even in equity. If you have a 10K cash account and you buy one stock on MSTR at 1,100 bucks, 1,200 bucks, it moves up 100 points. That's $100 profit, man. That's 1% increase in portfolio on one share of Melly, right? And there's nothing wrong with buying one share of Melly in a 10K account, I believe, because you can always put a stop loss, right? The ratio to the upside has to be longer than your stop loss. So Melly, I think, is great. If you're playing options, big account, yes, you can take a risk. But Melly above 1,200, hold 1,250, it gets going. I think we do see back to 1,500 and 1,600 and so on. All right. Shopify. On the monthly, let me just remove all these lines. On the monthly, we had a lot of selling pressure last month above 1,600. But if Shopify for a confirmed trade, hold of 1,600 is required, right? Hold of 1,600 is required. And let me just go on the daily. This is the monthly I'm looking at. On the daily, okay. And on the daily, it's just in a chop zone, as you can see. If the market is weak in the sense, if we have some red days right now, we may fill these gaps that we left on many stocks on Monday. Keep an eye on shop above around 1440, and then if it takes out 1540, 1560, we likely see much higher in case if there's a Santa rally. Shop options pay really well, okay, and their spreads are not bad sometimes on the weeklies, but sometimes they're priced high if you're trying to buy time. That's the reason I don't go too far on shop. But Shopify is another stock that I'm seeing setting up. If it sets up and I see a big move, it will be one of the lotto plays. So Shopify, I'll keep an eye on above 1550, and then obviously 1600 hold will be a more confirmed trade. Lucid, some negative news. great. We caught this entire move for our leaves, and then we took our exits, and now I think they're down pre-market again. Lucid, if it comes down to 36, 35, pay attention to this zone. Just don't get caught in it. If we get this zone right here, 36, 35, you can probably catch a $2, $3 trade to the upside. Failure of holding this zone, I wouldn't be surprised if Lucid is back at 18, 20 bucks. Just like many of these stocks. Big spikes, and then boom, right? So don't get caught buying Lucid like this. It's forming a similar pattern, but just example I'm giving you. From here, if it comes here, and if the EVs show strength, we can probably catch this in 30s, all right? Here, I would not touch it. It's very volatile, and it's just basically gambling day to day, all right? And given their news that just came out the last 2-3 days, I would personally avoid for now. LRCX. I bought a position in January calls yesterday. The reason was the blue skies breakout, and I went far out. I paid a little bit more for my options, I know, and if LRCX loses, maybe let's say it comes to 700, those options will probably lose 20-25% value. I do understand that. But if we continue holding above 700 or 710 by Friday, and then my number on LRCX is 715, a 715 hold plus Friday, which is tomorrow, we likely get a 50-point rip next week, and that 50-point rip will be very sweet for our options. And in case if we consolidate here, that trade allows me to maybe average down. I don't average down, but maybe on this one I may. It lets me manage, right? And then later on takes out 715, the premium on those may be down. I may buy again, and then hold to the upside, right? It's a blue sky breakout as long as it doesn't fail. The contracts are expensive, so only for big accounts, that one. And let's see how this one works out. But we caught this move, and now given the semiconductor strength, if this one goes, I think the rewards will be there. And if you're uncomfortable with this position, you can right at the open just break even, I guess. It's up to you. Amazon, a great hold yesterday, right? From this move, a great hold, and I think as long as we continue holding above this channel right here, above the 50 DMA, right, for 1, 2, 3 days, it's gonna have a very big explosive move. And I posted something in pre-market today, the credit card sales, which are actually up, right? So I was actually just reading them before this, and you can read all the reports. And when credit cards spending is high, where's all the money going? In e-commerce companies, right? And Amazon, as we know, is a major player in that. And keep an eye on it. If the market, FOMC, we might have some consolidation, but if this stock is meant to rip, an explosive move will happen. I'm still waiting for my confirmed levels for my full size position, but I do have some. And let's see how it plays out. For now, just take it easy. No need to rush. No need to gamble. Manage size, right? Patience will pay. Walmart, I do have my eyes on it. But I just don't want to get stuck in this chop. I'd rather have this base. Many of you guys asked about Walmart, which is good. But Walmart, I only play when I see a breakout coming, or sometimes at a very strong support level. Here, it can easily go in something like this, in this range, okay? It can easily go in this range right here, all right? And you don't want to get stuck in this range on Walmart because you lose a lot of premium. But if the stock goes in your direction, obviously you make a lot of money on it, okay? But a confirmed trade is again above 154. Here is nothing but gambling. You can play this support bounce, which already happened. What happens now? I don't know, right? To play here, you would need a 140 plus hold, and then you play a breakout. All right, so Walmart, I'm just waiting for it to set up, and then maybe I'll take a position later on. Costco has earnings today. Costco earnings after the market, and if the numbers are bad, we might see a big flush on this towards 50 DMA, which is near $500. Some of you guys that caught puts with T, congrats, you should be up huge. But Costco pattern is a very toppy pattern. It's a great stock. It's actually one of the safest and the best companies in the world to invest in. Okay, Costco, Home Depot, Walmart, because they sell needs, most of them. Okay, not want, they sell needs, the stuff that you need. Okay, the basic needs. But Costco, just 530 earnings today, but I do believe we see downside. But if their numbers are good, then we might get a chance to play Walmart. All right, which we'll explain tomorrow if we get that. All right. And another stock that added Bitcoin was Fun, PHUN, right? Oh, wow. Just by looking at it, a squeeze potential. Man, this is a squeeze potential. Just by looking at this chart, we can probably see $8 and $12 if Bitcoin gains momentum now. And, okay, I'm going to look into this company, PHUN, guys. Yep. Definitely a squeeze potential. Keep an eye on this one. I mean, don't rush into it, but just keep an eye on this. Above $4 hold, this can see 6, 7, 8. A great equity play, in my opinion. God bless, manage. See you guys back in the chat.